it looks like we're having even more technical difficulties. We lost one of our co-hosts, but hopefully he'll get back on in a few minutes. But let's get the preliminary stuff done. Like, it's March 7th, 2026, and we're getting ready to change to daylight savings time in a few hours. So, woo! Yeah, it's so exciting.
Oh, yes. All of the United States except Arizona.
Oh, yeah, Aaron's computer just locked up, so he's going to be restarting. So he'll join us as soon as he can.
Well, I'm glad I was able to get in before he got booted out.
Or I would have said, forget it. Yeah, it was like, it's not a good night. Not a good night. But let's see. Have you pulled up the name of the episode, Greg, yet? Or should I go ahead and do that?
I believe it's 300th night. Or 300th day or something.
300th day. Something. It's 300 something.
Yes, it is. Because it's their last day of classes.
Of classes, yes. Uh-huh.
And I'm like, that's a long school year. And then I realized, oh, yeah, we only got 2 months off in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, okay, fine.
But I think college was like...
I think it's less. I think it's less.
The semesters are shorter, it seems.
Mm-hmm. They do have more time off depending on where you're going. So, but well, let's see. Aaron isn't back yet, but let's just go ahead and get started.
300th night, yes.
Yeah. Oh, 209th is 209th. Okay.
Yep. So it was a 56-minute episode written by Kenneth Lynn, Kirsten Beyer, and I think one of the things that contributed to it being better than some of the others was it was directed by Jonathan Frakes.
Yes, it was.
And he does a great job directing, and not just Star Trek either.
No, he does other things too, and it's very nice. It's very nice. What stood out the most in this episode for you?
For me, I think what stood out was that we finally got an episode that felt like a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a two-parter. I knew they were going to leave us hanging towards the end of it. Probably even going to leave us hanging at the end of the season.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
One of the things that stood out was the absence of the primary antagonist.
But he got talked about a lot.
He did get talked about a lot.
Yeah.
But he himself was not there.
No, he was not.
We were missing Laura again, although she was mentioned.
Yeah.
There's other stuff
I guess someone has
as we get into it. So let's hear what Aaron thinks.
Yeah, what stood out for you most, Aaron?
Hello, sorry. I just thought it was a bit of a I enjoyed it. I was sort of doing something else at the same time I was watching it. So to me, it was a good like sort of background thing. It was sort of a bit, I guess, paint by numbers. I felt it was a Star Trek story. It felt very familiar. I could imagine this happening on another show. You know, person goes rogue, they go down to a planet, they've got a team of people that are going to go with them. Everything turns on its head, and then we end on a cliffhanger. So to be honest, it felt like the most Star Trek out of all the episodes of the show so far, really. But yeah, otherwise it wasn't remarkable. I don't think anything particularly stood out to me other than the bit where Caleb sort of attacks his friends or puts them in their place. That was very uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Especially when they sort of accept it. And then, yeah, when he goes to Sam, and I was like, oh my God, what's he going to say to this kid? And then thankfully she cuts him off by hugging him. But yeah, that was sort of my initial thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, what stood out to me is Sam has changed.
Oh yeah.
That whole growing up having the Doctor be her father, obviously has changed her. I mean, she knows more of what she wants, and it's refreshing. It's refreshing. So
Yeah, I just don't get her thing with Genesis now, though.
oh, I think she's jealous because I think she knows that I just think she knows that he and what's his name, Caleb is closer to Genesis now, and I think she's feeling jealousy. That's what I think, but I might be wrong.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
I just sort of read it as like, when you get to a certain point in your life or a certain age and you're just like, oh, I need my own space. Like, I just thought it was that, and she just didn't know how to approach it to her.
Yeah,
But
she seemed kind of cold to Genesis, though.
yeah,
so.
yeah. But I must admit, even though it is good to see her different, I feel like we've missed how that happened.
Oh, how they're growing up. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like we've missed a big chunk of it, and it's kind of is a bit like the sort of 90s Trek where we've just reset and gone to, you don't have to watch the previous episode now. She's just a normal kid and whatever. So I do kind of feel like we've missed a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like New Sam or not.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, I still like aspects of the character, but one of the things I thought was disturbing was that she just popped into Caleb's room.
He didn't like that either.
No, but it's like, yeah. And then I was like trying to figure out, okay, is she able to teleport there or just show up? Or like, was her stone there or whatever she's built around?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if she was using the transporter, I mean, I would think, it's a school. I would think they would have privacy things in place. So people can't just pop around to other dormitories. So I'm not sure.
Or does she flip around on hologram emitters or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
they've
maybe
never really said. Yeah, they've never really said how that all works.
Now, not liking that aspect of it, I loved her piloting the shuttle. Yeah, and I mean, I just thought that whole sequence of them escaping in the shuttle was hilarious. But it was done well. It's like they made it situation funny without it being canned one-liners and things like that. Everybody just all of a sudden showing up, whether by accident or intentionally.
It was like, tropey but fresh. It was its version's take on that trope. Yeah.
Yeah, and it thinking about it, knowing that it's intentionally a young adult show, it's like it worked as like a kid's version of Nemesis, when like everybody goes to join Picard in Calypso and go off. So, but I liked that part of it. There's a few other things I want to save though.
Oh, okay.
Give people more time to chat.
Yeah.
Are we getting any chats? I know we started late, unfortunately.
No, we're not. So there's some people there, but they're not saying anything. So yeah, that's been typical recently. So yeah, so I'm saying I don't even, whatever. I thought it was interesting how smart Caleb didn't think about, he hadn't tried any of that stuff and trying to communicate with his mother after she got out of the prison. And I just thought that was like, I just thought that was strange. I thought, when he found out she got out, why wouldn't he try again? You know, he was waiting for her to message him. And I just thought that was kind of strange, but it showed that Sam's kind of smart right now. So
Sam's wicked smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of explained it, although I would also say, even they didn't go backwards on it, but like they focused on it in the present of Caleb wrestling with his new life versus his old life. And he had tried, and he had left her messages. He just wasn't using the right code.
Right. Yeah.
That little flashback bit, was that in the pilot episode? You know how
in the pilot episode, yes. So there was two things that I thought about with him not following up on trying to get in touch with her. One, she wasn't responding, and two, the Denari used it to find her.
Yeah.
Them.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's when the Athena got attacked in the pilot. So, and one of the things they said in this episode, Caleb's mother said, was that he knew that they had cracked that code, that encryption on that frequency or whatever.
Right.
And then
that other password he just hadn't thought of.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was, it was interesting and showed Sam is smart. So
yeah.
Worked out.
Yep. No, I mean, performance-wise, the actress is still phenomenal. It's a new character to get used to.
Yeah. And I mean,
looks physically more put together. Like her hairstyles, armor's like wacky. She almost looks a bit like Genesis-like in the way that she does her hair and the way, like, her costume. I feel like it sits different. She actually does have a different physicality in her performance. So
yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with her in the second season because, that kid's got so much potential.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
I did note it was kind of odd seeing Jaden and Tarina backburnered a little bit in the episode. But
yeah, I was expecting Jaden to be on there.
They had huge parts in other episodes.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to spread it around a little bit.
But I was thinking, from a storytelling and show producing perspective, I think I would have liked to have seen, if this is their season finale, I would have liked to have seen more of the ensemble. Maybe they will in the next episode. Last week, Michael, you had mentioned that they teased that Doug Jones might be in it.
And I'm thinking, now knowing, this is my speculation, now knowing what we know that happened to the Athena, maybe the only ship that could get to them would be Discovery because of their spore drive.
I'm just going to talk about this part of it now. Caleb took the shuttle through a transwarp conduit, which is effectively an artificial wormhole left behind by the Borg.
Right.
To get from where the Athena was en route to Beta Z, or at Beta Z, to go to this planet. And he's on the ship now.
But do we know exactly where that wormhole
effectively?
But which side is it on? Because it looked like that disturbance was very, very close to the planet, not necessarily the wormhole would have been.
Oh, so maybe. Well,
I mean, I thought of the same thing. But I go, but where is that endpoint of that wormhole? Is it, which side of this new barrier that's been created?
Right.
Or did it create it right in the middle of the wormhole? I mean, who knows?
Or maybe I misunderstand how the Borg created the transwarp conduits, and it actually could cause an issue where it activated.
Very possible. Very possible.
But I mean, I thought it was like a wormhole sort of situation where they could, do a subspace and get places faster.
Yeah, well, they had that one in the series finale of Voyager.
Yeah.
They ran across that, and that had places going everywhere. You went into it and you went off on different, this one
they almost made it look like
a
like
network. It was a
labyrinth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of in subspace. Which, interestingly enough, seems a lot along the same lines as the way they did hyperspace travel in Babylon 5. It's like they had these like artificial jump points that they were able to break into.
Create,
break into subspace. It didn't necessarily accelerate the ship in as much as it created the gate into allow fifth dimensional travel of a sort.
Yeah.
So I did find that towards the end of the show to be a potential plot oversight if they don't explain why they can't use the transwarp conduit.
Yeah, well, they may. I mean, or they realize that it is on the right side. I know.
Yeah.
I feel like always the like war in space thing in Star Trek often doesn't kind of make sense sometimes. As in, like, it's space. Like, how far up and down, and like, is this going? Can you not go underneath it, or like, yeah?
It sounded like it was a sphere encompassing that whole area.
Oh, okay.
That's what it seemed. Now, did they display it like that? No.
No.
But they kind of, if they said it, I think I remember hearing it.
Okay.
But I might be wrong.
Yeah, because I would have gone off the map that she was looking at, and I was like, okay, well, how far do you dig a trench underneath? Like,
that's always something that bothered me with, like, the edge of the galaxy. They always treat the galaxy as a flat disk.
Yeah.
That there's no depth to it, and it's like, you could leave the galaxy that way. Well, actually, that way.
Yeah, that's true. That always bothered me too. But it's like, what do you do?
I mean, they keep reusing the concept, so clearly there's a lot of storytelling potential.
True. Like one script I was toying with the whole edge of the galaxy thing was, like, why hasn't anybody looked up? I mean, we know from the heliosphere and stuff, that there's, now that there's, definite barriers, but the whole thing about, okay, the disk is, light years across, but it's only about a quarter of that deep.
Yeah, if that. So yeah, it's all these little things that they need to tell us about.
Yep. One of my criticisms was, even though later, Mira's mother mentioned how they stood out. Their casual clothes they were using to blend in looked way too clean. And then as I was looking around at and this is something that Star Wars does infinitely better than Star Trek. The people on the planet looked way too clean.
Yeah.
When Discovery went to the Klingon slums, that was a lot grittier and more believable.
Yeah.
This looked more like, it just looked more like a city at night.
Yeah.
It didn't look like a frontier world where people were struggling and stuff.
Which is sad because, like, for something that uses the AR wall to extend the background and limit the amount of stuff you have to build or show, the fact that there isn't sort of a compensation for, okay, but we're going to make it, what we've got, we'll make really gritty and stuff. Especially because them being clean, like you said, was a plot point. Like, she was like, show me your fingernails.
Yeah.
You guys are going to stand out. So, yeah, compared to everybody else, yeah.
Yeah. What did we have? We had going on the ship. Okay, so we had the Doctor and Tig accompanied the captain.
The captain, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was odd that they took the whole ship at first. However, when they escaped using just the saucer, I'm like, oh yeah, they couldn't escape using just the saucer if they took just the saucer to get there. So it's like one thing didn't make sense, but ended up making sense from a writing perspective, perhaps.
Just on the note about the crew, I remember when we started, we saw the bridge crew, and she made a big deal about introducing, a bit like Discovery, we, introduced these characters who we never saw again. And,
yeah, they were only in the first episode.
And I would have thought that in this particular thing, they would have been here. Yeah. It was a big deal. I remember you talking about it, Greg, that you were like, oh, okay, maybe this, rather than what happened with Discovery, where, they're side characters and we never see them, they will be involved. But yeah, they're not.
No,
that's why I expected the show to be more on two levels. And the other character that has been missing since almost the beginning is the woman that was supposed to be in charge of making sure that when they were on missions, that that there was coordination between curriculum and mission.
Yeah. Yeah, and to think there was such a big deal about it offline, about those characters at the start, and now they're not present in the entire show is just, yeah.
I think in the episode when they had the kids on the bridge, I think they were on the bridge with them then.
Okay.
And what I expected, like with this episode, is because they were already at the confab at Betazad, and they were getting ready. The emergency hadn't happened yet. They were getting ready to do the, opening of the new Capitol building, and she also was going against orders in a sense. She wasn't acting in an official capacity. So my feeling is they kind of like really didn't explain all of why it was just the three of them.
Well, they made the comment about Tig said, "Oh, yeah, we can try out our new auto station."
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it again. So, I mean, I remember her saying something about that, but I mean, it was such a throwaway line for the most part.
It was a bit. It reminded me of the end of Picard season 3, where
Yeah.
you have this enormous ship that's operated by, and then Geordi says something like, "Oh, well, the drones are loading torpedoes in the tubes." And then, actually thinking about it, even the bit where the ship is visible over the marketplace and beams them up is from Picard, which is then from Discovery, because they did the same thing. So we're really borrowing ideas here.
Well, not only that, the whole ship,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's like, I mean, I could see the Shenzhou, because it was like a smaller scout-sized vessel
yeah,
when they did the thing in the very first episode, which was cool, by the way. I love that scene.
yeah.
And yeah, it's like that's the whole ship.
Well, not the part they left behind.
No, when they beamed the kids up, they still had the whole ship. Everything was attached.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was, wasn't it? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking it was just a saucer, but no, you're right. It was the whole ship.
So that was the atrium, the dormitories, the nacelles.
Everything.
I must say, I really enjoyed the fact that when they separated the ship, Tig Notari's character was like, "What about the atrium?" And in my mind, I was like, "What about the set? They're gonna have to rebuild this for season 2, or it's gonna be another set. Like, what a nightmare!"
They'll probably.
It'll be exactly the same.
I actually wonder if that atrium's a location.
It might be.
I'm pretty sure it's a set, because I'm pretty sure there was a video where they showed it being built, and they said it was the largest Star Trek set ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which makes sense why they'd want to get as much bang for their buck by having every single episode take place in it.
Because, I mean, if you look at that, I mean, that is, with the multi-level sitting areas and stuff, I mean, that's like almost the model of what a university quad should look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
sorry, I still can't figure out how to turn off my auto camera. So when I move,
yeah, you move, it moves, and yeah, we're just kind of going, "Oh, where are we going to go see?" Yeah. See, now it didn't do it.
No, it didn't do it. Oh, my chair is probably because my chair is still there.
No. See, we say it now. It heard us, and it's not doing it anymore.
The only thing I really liked about it was the slow zoom if I sit back. So that was the only thing I really liked. I also find it really bizarre that the bad guys seem to have better technology than the Federation for, what almost seems like a bunch of pirates.
Yeah.
And it's not just like they have like all these different types of ships, and some of them have better technology than others. It's like it's very consistent, the same type of ship and technology.
Almost like they've got their own organized federation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I mean, from what we know, like about space pirates, I mean, it's like if you think about Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's like all from the comic books, all those guys, all the pirate ships were different, and they were like loosely organized and
like very hodgepodge assembled technology. Yeah.
The Return of Omega, I thought, was odd as well. That Starfleet was trying to make a weapon out of it. This whatever 47. It's like I don't even think Section 31 would want to fruit with something like that. I mean, that would kill subspace in a and just destroy a whole planet. I mean, that's Emperor Palpatine type crap.
I feel like as well it was very the way they brought it up was very matter of fact. Like, if let's say an audience member had not watched Voyager and hadn't had this prior exposure to that storyline,
Yeah.
it was very
They
okay.
wouldn't have
It reminded
understood
me
it.
a bit of it reminded me of Galaxy Quest with the like Omega 13 thing. It was sort of I appreciate that it was number 47, but that was a good deep cut. But it just seemed very, for something that in that Voyager episode was very secretive, and Janeway couldn't talk about it, and it was she could only tell the senior staff about it. It was a big deal, and I feel like this was very sort of cavalier. Everyone just accepted the fact that this was what it was, and yeah.
So, Aaron, you said you had it on the background, so you weren't actually actively watching it the whole time.
Well, no, I was. I was sort of typing at the same time, so I was
Okay.
I had split screens watching it, but yeah.
Because one of the things I really wanted to look for was like, in the crowd scenes, did they do like what aliens might, did I miss and things like that?
There was a Ferengi. There was a Vulcan or a Romulan that the mother.
I remember
had to go past
the merchant. Yep.
But I feel like most of the aliens just seemed like very humanoid looking with like colored hair or like half toned face or something like that. It wasn't anything.
The one I saw was
prosthetic
one
outlet.
like Morn.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to look for others. But I mean, that was like full screen. It's like they were looking past him, and you could tell it was that type of species. But
To
yeah,
be fair,
I was
it
wondering if
just
they
seemed
did
like it
any-
was the like the alien characters that are background in the Academy. It just seemed like those same people probably as background for
I
the most
missed
part.
the Ferengi. Was the makeup better than the makeup they used for the student?
No, I think it's the same. It's the Discovery era Ferengi. Yeah. More jagged rather than round. Yeah.
Interesting. Because that was one thing I did want to go back and look for. I did catch that the Furfly reference, Krebs Philaxian Furfly there was another reference to that, so that cracked me up. So this time he escaped into a replicator, I think they said. Some sort of replicator.
Part of me really hopes that the Furfly is somehow involved in the resolution of the series at the end of next week's episode, just because it's mentioned so many times that I just feel like maybe it ended up in the right place at the right time and they can use it for something.
Well, when I was trying to look up what one looked like after we talked about the Furfly last week, I was looking up, the reference to it and stuff, and supposedly Neelix says it's like a good luck charm if one like stows away on your ship.
Yeah,
but we already know the Furfly's loose on the ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will be fun if, especially if it's Tig that finds it.
Yeah, well, I guess we're going to see a lot of her, I would assume, next week. So, because she's one of the few people that are on outside of the Federation. So,
yeah. Well, the other thought I was having is the second part might be more focused on them trying to go get them. But Jaden and Tarima are already on the Athena.
Yes.
So, I mean, that really only leaves Achim and Kyle and the really minors.
Yeah. Maybe the War Academy mounts a rescue mission.
Yeah.
On whatever ship they have access to.
And
I mean, maybe Discovery is in it.
Yeah, as I was talking to Aaron before you came on, that I was thinking the only ship that I could think of that might be able to get to them would be Discovery.
Yes.
Because it uses that for thing. Yeah. So, and that might be why,
Right, and that way we can get more of the Chancellor of the War Academy and Laura and
mm-hmm.
maybe the bridge crew that we only got to meet once and briefly saw it.
Or Discovery's bridge crew comes back.
That would be a trick if they got. I mean, some of them are probably up in that area, but that would be a trick to get a lot of them back.
Yeah, well, you just never know what they're going to do. So
yeah, yep.
But you have to see. We ready for thumbs up, thumb down, thumb sideways?
Sure.
Or do we have anything else we want to go over?
Yeah, see, I only scribbled down a few things, and most of it was stuff to go back and look at.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I didn't get to rewatch it for some reason. So
today just flew by, huh?
No, I was up here, like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and went to play it on my laptop, and it was saying video unavailable.
That is strange.
That is strange. So I'll start. I'm going to give this one a thumbs up because
I'm going to give it a thumbs up too. So,
AJ, yeah,
okay.
It was good. It was easy to watch.
Easy to watch,
and it felt like Star Trek.
Yep.
My wife thought it was mad, but I mean, I think she's just losing interest in the series altogether for its other problems.
Yep.
But I want to thank Jonathan Frakes because I believe he delivered and probably stayed with the editor through getting this thing out into the air.
Yep, I bet he did.
Or the wires as well. Yeah, I guess if we have mobile data, yeah, it's in the air.
Yeah, does it say if he's going to direct episode 10? Or haven't they put it up yet?
I don't think so. I don't think he is.
Do we even have a title for this week's? Rubicon. We have the title. And no director.
Oh, okay.
So, and this time Mira's mother isn't even listed as a cast. We're back to Holly Hunter, Stephen Colbert, and Brett Marling that does the computer voice.
Well, that means they haven't posted it yet. So,
yep. I haven't I haven't looked for the trailer yet. Usually by Saturday the trailer's up.
Yeah, well, it might be. So,
but I don't like watching trailers for serialized shows anymore if I know I'm going to watch the show.
Yeah,
because it's got. I mean, I want to see everything first. I get disappointed if like I see something and it kind of ruins the episode for me. Oh, excuse me. Good thing you called a vote, Michael.
Yeah, now you're falling asleep. So,
well, I had a few early days this week, so I am fully ready for tomorrow.
Well,
I did take a nap this afternoon for this, though.
No,
didn't work.
Probably good. That'll work. Well, I'd like to welcome everyone for being here, and sorry everyone was quiet in the chat room, but the way it's been going recently. But we will see you next week for the season finale. If you're in Perth, it's going to be an hour earlier, unfortunately. So it'll be 8 a.m. for Aaron. Sorry, Aaron.
That's okay.
Yeah, it'll still be 8 p.m. here with the daylight savings time. So 8 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. Sunday for those in Perth.
Hopefully by Strange New Worlds, we'll be back in sync again.
Yeah. Hopefully we find out when that comes out soon.
I know. There we go. So.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we will. Yeah. Because like it was with the last episode of I keep calling it the Hedge Knight because that was the book. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. They revealed that we're going to see House of the Dragon in April, so hopefully we'll get maybe even at least the month.
Yeah, well, that would be nice. That would be nice. So
Just reminds me of the days where we had Picard, and then back on that it was Lower Decks, and then it went to Discovery, and then went from show to show. Yeah,
And I'm really annoyed with Strange New Worlds patting themselves on the back for 5 seasons, because 4 seasons of Enterprise is still twice as many episodes, if not more, than we've seen of
Strange New Worlds. Yeah.
These 10 episode seasons and having so many episodes that they want to do for fun is just really doesn't make me think much of what a season is anymore. It's not like some of these shows that do 6 to 10 episodes and have a canned story and get that whole story in the year's miniseries of the of the show.
Interesting. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
We will.
So everybody, take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.